How's it going, everyone? Decent week so far. We're finally starting to see a little bit of a bounce in the market. Nothing crazy, nothing drastic. And I do think we're gonna chop around. We're not gonna go straight back to all-time highs anytime soon. I think we're gonna chop around and consolidate for a while until this Evergrande crisis in China really gets resolved. And I think that's gonna take a while, take another month or so. So until then, for day trading, still I'm gonna be more conservative, trying to take the meat of the move, which is something I failed at doing today, and not to stick around for too much chop and getting stuck in unpleasant situations, in which I will tell you in just a little bit. First one is Lucid Motors, LCID. I traded this one on the short side. If you kind of look at this chart on Lucid Motors on the daily, it's been going up straight up for maybe like 6 days straight, all the way from $19 to 20, 22, 24, and yesterday it reached a new high of $28 and rejected. And yesterday, that's where you see the first red day, the first major red day after a straight up move of 5 green days straight. So yesterday I traded the stock very similarly as today. Yesterday I actually waited for the stock to go green to red and then start shorting it on the way down. I never made it to this low. I think I made it to about this part from $26 and short from 27. And today I was also shorting the stock. I was happy about my entries, but I'm kind of just a little bit frustrated that I did go back in and add back to my position, and unfortunately the stock kind of ripped after that. So I did give back some profit on the short side. So if you kind of look at this $26 area, the reason I'm looking at this is because, first of all, we have a small gap up after a first red day. You have a small gap up, and when at the morning spike, it spiked to the area right here around 26.10s area. I was kind of looking forward to see if they're gonna spike to $26.80, because Lucid Motors does have that tendency to go spike straight up and dump straight down. So it's very linear, and it does so without much of a pullback, which you saw today is spiked to $26. I did get in shorts and added on the way down, 25.80s. That gave me an average about 25.90s. Covered some on the way down, but I think there's a lot more room to go to previous day's close. So I was out most of my position on the short side around 25s. And then here, it did start looking really weak, and I did add back in slowly on the short side. Not back to my full size, but adding back all the covers I had. Added back some $25, and you can see it did tank a little bit lower to 24.60s, and at that point I thought they were gonna test the low of the day from yesterday, 24.30s, and then maybe we can crack that low and go to 23s potentially, but that just didn't happen. You see what happened now. The stock later reclaimed the previous day's close and reclaimed VWAP. I did have some small size adds back into it, but around this part, 25.30s here, and then after this re-add here, 25.40s. That's where I got out. Rest of the position. So I'm a little bit annoyed. I did give back half the profit on the original short, because I had very good entry and very good average, and that's the reason I kind of want to add into a winner and kind of let it work out. So on this trade, the scenarios are whether it becomes a big win, a small profit, which it ended up being, break even, or a small loss. Those four should be the scenarios for any given trade that you take when it comes to day trading. So keep that in mind. So yes, the trade turned out to be a small profit, but I think I still managed everything well. You can see this thing later on spiked to almost $26. So that I didn't stay around for that. I was all out around 25.30s. There's a fine balance between holding on to your winners and try to let it work out and turn to a bigger win, and cutting your winners short, seeing that your plan is no longer in your favor. Like the stock is about to reverse to the upside in this situation because I was short. So there's a fine balance in that. And every day as day traders, we're trying to find that balance. And today, I'm happy I got out for a small win as opposed to keep holding on to it if the stock went all the way back up. And that probably would have turned this potentially big win trade to a big loss or a break-even trade. So walking away with a small profit, it's fine. It's fine. It could have been better, but it's all good in the hood. And speaking of hood, I also shorted Robinhood, just a small little scalp. See what I did there? I wasn't gonna talk about the stock, but just a small short, 47.80s down to 47.40s, a quick little 40-cent scalp. Not a lot going on today for me in the market, so I'm taking on these like little scalps that they eventually add up. So this one is just a small profit. And yes, in case you were wondering, the only reason I took this trade is so I can set it up for the joke. Okay, all bad jokes aside, let's move on to our next trade. ATER. This is a stock I took on the long side. I did have plans to short it, but with my broker, Cobra Trading, I didn't have any locates to short. And I am definitely not saying that if you can't short the stock, then it's a long. That's not what I'm trying to say. But a lot of times, when you have these highly shorted stocks, the small cap stocks especially, that's being kind of grinding up for multiple days, you kind of have two sides of the trade trapped. You have the people who is long trapped above the $15, $16, $17 range, and you also have the shorts who have been kind of trying to short the stock from 11, 12s, and 13s and getting squeezed out on the way up. And for me, it's about kind of identifying those key levels for both the longs and the shorts. And if the stock had popped back to the $16, $17, those would have been my short entries if I had locates to short the stock. But if the stock tanks all the way to all of these multiple days of support areas around $13, right here you can see this $13, a lot of levels there, and below that you have about 1260s down here. You're looking at the past couple of days levels. So that's the reason I went long. And when long in these kind of big sell-offs right in the morning, it's a scalp only, right? And even though it's a scalp, it's like a $1 bounce. So I got long on the stock. You can see I was using a 2-minute chart. In the morning at the spike, pre-market to 17s, rejected and kind of just sold off. So from 17 to 13, that's a $4 drop within a span of half an hour. And at the opened around 14s and dropped to $13. I got long, just looking for a quick little bounce move. I thought it was gonna go to 15, but around this $14 area, the buying pressure started slowing down. I had thought, since SSR was triggered, SSR stands for short sale restriction. Since that was triggered, a lot of times you see like a pretty big bounce off the open. But unfortunately, that really wasn't the case. So this is where we go back to the point earlier where I talked about a balance between letting your winners ride out longer and holding for the bigger move, in which case will be the $15, 1560s, or seeing that, okay, my thesis might be, starting to reverse. In this case, it might start creating these, you can see on the 2-minute chart, lower highs, a lot of selling volume started coming in. So that's where you got to adapt and seeing that, okay, my price target, the final price target to 1560s probably isn't going to happen. So that's the reason I got out around 1460s. I was holding half of it for potentially 15 and more. Didn't happen, so I just bailed out all my position at 1430s. Still a decent profit from a bounce move around $13. So those are the day trades I took today. And I know you must be wondering, Shay, what happened to your all-time favorite stock, AMC? While I did not day trade AMC today, I actually currently have a swing position on the long side. It's a position we opened yesterday. So if you look at AMC, it sold out from $52 all the way down to $39, $38 for the last couple of days with a market sell-off, the volatility. And yesterday was the day where I started in on the swing trade. So on this day over here yesterday, if you look at the way the stock traded, I'm doing these swing trades, you want to look at a chart on a daily chart, and the shortest time frame should be hourly chart. So yesterday I took the position near the end of the day, 410s area. So that's why I took the position. The risk will be below the daily support around the 39, 38. I want to see it start dipping to 39s and to add back to the position, and the stops will be under that $30, $38 level. So everything's calculated. Upside, I'm looking for a potential push. If market stays healthy, if we get a rebound in the market, potentially higher back to these areas. 50 would be great, but I think that will take a while. So, and again, knowing that I have the patience of a teaspoon, I don't think I can hold on to $100. I know a lot of people are waiting for that, but I don't think I can do that. So this is just a swing trade. I'm not gonna hold on to it if it drops down to 32, 30s, or $20. I'm not gonna do that. That would be ridiculous. So this is my position right now on AMC swing. Average cost about $40.10. I have room to add around the $38, $39 to build the position for the long side, and we'll see where it goes. But full transparency here, I am long AMC for the swing trade. Okay, let's go through some fun comments right now. I actually don't know what's funnier. My bad joke in my last video about turning 50 years old and retiring next year, or the fact that a lot of people actually believed it. I mean, do I really look 50? Like, come on. Okay guys, I appreciate your curiosity, but I'm not actually 50. This Alex Matthews, he got it right. I'm at least 51 years old. Second question is from Mr. Chive. 你怎么越来越瘦啦? And my answer to that is, it's the market, man. It's been so choppy lately, so hard to make money. I barely make enough to buy dinner, apparently. And yes, my fridge is pretty much empty. Okay, all jokes aside, I'm very happy to end the day green, especially in this kind of choppy market condition. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I want to get back to doing the Q&A videos, and hopefully you learned something from today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the bad jokes. If you want to see more day trading content, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more. If you'd like to trade with me daily and get my free weekend watch list and trading journal, make sure to check out the links below for more resources. Stay green, stay positive, and I'll see you guys next time.